Hey guys, I'm in my Third Eye Comics t-shirt. Comics rule everything around me. And it is July, that is Mary Gray. I had the pleasure of meeting her on two separate different occasions. I know exactly where this is actually shot, as a matter of fact. Kindling Square. It's a fountain, very close to Otakon, which I will be attending in 2 weeks' time. I also want to let you guys know now that I am back. It's because I cleaned out my box, so I have all the Red Hoods, all everything. I'm current. I am current. I will be bringing you today, of course, a review of Batman and Catwoman issue 22. So yes, I don't think I'll be really reviewing the Red Hoods unless you deem it necessary. But let's get on with this. So we start off. There is some mythologies, which I love as always. Catwoman is bringing to what I assume is a museum and acquiring a golden figurine called Ram in the Thicket. That dates back to 2400 BC. And she gets a call from Steve Trevor asking her to go on a mission that requires her particular talents. And we see here, this issue is called Despair. Let's see how disparaging it really is. And of course we cut to Wayne Manor, where Bruce is having a cup of coffee and banana, I think. He's being recorded by Miss Carrie Kelly, and Bruce has what looks to be a sort of bat-shaped, almost bandage over his eye, kind of, and nose, obviously. From fighting. Yeah, I don't even see that. See that right there? Right there. It looks kind of bat shaped, kind of like a cut. It's sort of bat shaped, or whatever. Bruce is, looks pretty rough. He says, "I didn't hire you," and to which he says, "Pennyworth did." And Bruce is like, "Alfred." He tells Bruce, Miss Kelly gives undivided attention to Titus 3 times a week. And he said, Bruce replies, "Don't you do that?" And to which Alfred replies with, "Undivided is the operative word." So, Bruce questions Carrie, asking, "You and Damien made a strong connection pretty quickly for once-a-week sessions." Which he says, "We did. He feels like the little brother I never had. Tough on the outside and marshmallow on the inside." And yes, and Carrie then promptly stands up to Bruce and asks him, "You did promise I would talk to him." Which he says, "It slipped my mind." He asks him if he's a man of his word. He says, "I'd like to think so." And basically, she shows him 2 flash drives. And she tells him that that she records all of her students. That one of them is a copy of Damien's interview, as well. Damien's interview, and the other one is the movie she made of Titus. And says that she will give him the 2 flash drives if she promises to send them to him, and that she would receive a call from Damien within the week. So they make the deal. She hands over the flash drives, and it's time for her to go. It's 2 o'clock. She says she has a 2 o'clock matinee, and yeah, she works as a theater like attendant, also on the side. So then Bruce goes into the Batcave, or well, no, he goes to Damon's grave and puts the flash drives into the ground, saying, your friend Carrie asked me to give this to you. And then Batman I assume he's taking clips from recorded dialogue he has with him from patrols and whatnot to cut and splice and send to Carrie. He looks quite sad as he's doing all that. Listening to Damon disobey his orders, as and then he sees the cat signal, a little cat there with to which he promptly goes to see Catwoman, and he asks her, what does she want? And which she replies with, I want the moon, but I can't seem to ever reach it. But that man's like, I have time for games, truth, or I'm gone. So she says, she tells him, I'm part of a group within the U.S. government that sanctioned me to secretly kidnap a high-asset spy who was being tortured to divulge the identity of American agents operating in China. And which he asks her, and what group is that? The JLA. Not possible. He says, well, I want you introduced at the White House with the rest of them. And not one to play well with others. I don't see it. And she makes a comparison with him and the Justice League. And he says, they're not pals, they're associates. And because she has some your little Justice League pals. You continue to say, so are you up for a mission for God and country? Which he says, you realize that sovereign soil can be construed as an act of war. Because up there, occasion there, an embassy that he's being held at. She says, she replies with, I always like a challenge. Now, Batman brings a freeze gun with him as they are traveling through the sewers, it appears. They have to knock out all of the guards and make their way discreetly up to where the agent is being held. So Batman says, time to pile this place down. We need to keep them in the dark and take out all security cams, no images, no hard evidence of incursion left behind. Understood? To which Catwoman tells him, I'm not the one who throws batarangs all over the place. And there's a nice little montage of them whooping tail here, that continues onto the next page, the commercial, next page, and then we see a whole bunch of freaks. There's this guy like a bug, and a razor arm, and this guy freaking all kinds of crazy people. So, you see a little girl is being held there. It's not actually a government agent or anything. And she says in Chinese, because it's translated here, where's my mom and daddy? And Catwoman reassures her, telling her that you'll be with them soon, I promise, Jolly. And then Batman looks very unhappy. So he says, you lied about the spy. Your high asset is a 5-year-old girl. And Catwoman comes clean and says, Jali's father, a Chinese biologist, weapons designer, he defected with his family, but there was a screw up and the girl got left behind. JLA intel says that these creeps are recent experiments her father was forced to complete before he defected. His daughter's a ship they were using to get him back to help create an army. So says so as a new JLA operative who specializes in stealing anything from anywhere, you got called in to clean up someone else's mistake. That's about sums it up. Which Batman continues to say, and you speak broken gangster Chinese. Next page, there's a nice little fight scene there. Catwoman says, I just made a promise to Jali to get her. And then Batman finishes her sentence by saying, her back to her family. I know. And so that's a promise we're both going to keep. That's a very nice little fight scene here. Batman throws fire on that guy. And all's left is that guy and the girl, and he's pointing a gun at them. Batman says, I guarantee, continue pointing that gun at us, and I guarantee you will never walk again. Which, next panel shows him, giving him the gun. It says, wise choice, Batman says. So, Batman says, a GOA operative with no promise of money waiting at the end for you. Catwoman says, just doing the right thing. Batman says, for a change. Batman says, change is good. Batman sometimes. And then they start speaking in Chinese again to Jai Li. Little girl says, let's go see your mother and father. She says, are we going to jump? Batman says, yes. I close my eyes. Have you ever dreamed you could fly, Jali? Yes. Batman. Then keep them moving. Because you're safe, little one. And this is a lovely, very tender-hearted little moment here. You can see, can you see? Batman smiling. Catwoman, little girl in arms, safe. I really like this. This is a really nice issue. This is what I've come to expect and enjoy from Batman and Robin comics. Of course, minus the Robin as of late. Not too disparaging. Yes, we're at this panel we see Selina Kyle. We're in a penthouse. She opens the door, turns on the light. Home sweet home? Question mark. Batman leaves a note with a gift of a new helmet that he had, I believe, broken in a previous Catwoman issue. Then a meow, she says. Next panel says cross town. Carrie Kelly is just getting home. She's brought some groceries, and I don't know, either her thugged out brother or slutty sister, or I don't know what, freaking making out there on the couch. You can't see that. I'm terribly sorry. She's in her little outfit. She got the mail in her mouth, checking the phone for a message. It's Damien. Damien is, of course, Batman. Typical, very prepared responses. Batman says, I'll be taking a few months to broaden my horizons, taking stops in Japan and New Zealand, and I promise to take in some live theater while I'm here. With the major time zone differences, let's just keep in touch by email. Take care and good luck in your sophomore year. Which then Carrie Kelly ended off by saying, around the world with Damian Wayne. I think she's eating some vanilla ice cream or some cat food, it looks like. I don't know. Okay, so, yeah, last page we see Harvey Dent, Two-Face, walking into a Chinese restaurant, sitting down as everyone pauses and gasps. Sits down, has one gun in hand, and sits the other on the table, flips a coin, says no as it is heads, and promptly leaves. Yeah, no, very nice. Next issue, Nightwing. Right, so this is a really nice issue. I really enjoy this issue. Batman and Catwoman, issue 21. Nice, like it, you know. Not what I was expecting, you know. I think my personal opinion is that it's the best of the series. You know, you got Catwoman. You know, they got them fighting and everything. Carrie Kelly, making her way into the issue. As always, Batman finally gets to smile for once these past few months. So it's a good issue. And you know, personally, I'm not really for the whole Catwoman-Batwoman relationship. You know, just me. You know, so sue me. But you know, I really enjoyed that issue. So I give it a 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. So yeah. So freaking like this video. Follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, blah, 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 whatever. I'll be going to Otakon, so if any of you guys are watching, go to Otakon. Freaking hey, come try to find me. I'll be cosplaying as Buggy Little Clown Nose, whatever. It'll be a real nice time. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm back, and I got like 3 more issues to review. So peace.